Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Abigail, the ultimate guru. With me is my co host, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Hello.
You don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help, and I do not have a 102-degree fever this week. Yay!
I still
It's
think
gonna
you're
be good.
faking that, dude. You fucking full of
I
shit.
think I have COVID. I'm still coughing. It's been like a week and a half. I still have a mild cough and nose problems.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not.
the nose problems, that's
It's just,
genetic,
it's
but
just yeah. It doesn't really end.
I mean, it's like a beak.
I took a picture. I was trying to take a picture of my hair to send to my sister the other day, and the angle I was at was like this, and the shape of my nose is like I look like a toucan. I can't send
Yeah.
this to anybody, but then I thought it was funny, so I sent it to everybody.
Ah. Just tweet it.
I should do it just the nose, just block out everything with the nose and the hair so everyone could see.
Start some rumors there.
Yeah. If you'd like to submit a Dear Abby question, you can DM me on Twitter at OctoAbby. It might also be fun for our patrons to send me specific ones for the Patreon episode. If you want to include in your message that that's what it's for, just tell me. I don't know. I feel kind of bad about saving ones for the Patreon episode that people send me that aren't patrons. So
Yeah.
I don't want to just randomly pick ones to save. So anyway, if you want it just for the Patreon episodes, because you are a patron, you can include that in your DM. You can submit it at OctoAbby with an I on Twitter. Bryden is at one and only Bryden, but don't message him or follow him. He doesn't deserve it.
It's
For
true.
as little as it's true. Yeah.
I
For
don't,
as,
I'm wondering when I'm gonna get fucking banned again, dude. I'm like
yeah.
looking at this fucking Twitter thing. They changed it to it automatically goes to the for you shit, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow these Daily Wire dickheads. Why is this? Who is this people? It's like that. And some like,
Yeah.
like Foot Groiper 30 or what the fuck ever, some dumb shit. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
It's funny because I don't know how to update my Twitter app or anything like that. So I did get the switching to where everything's for you automatically thing happen. But the fixes they put in, like just swiping to go to following, I never got. So I don't know how to switch it off. I literally don't know how to fix it.
So
And I can't
it's
see view counts. I can't see like any of the new things they've done. It's not happening for me.
well, it's not great. None of it fucking is any good.
Well, I can barely even use it anymore because I just see the same 5 tweets from people I do know, and then everything else is like things I don't care about because they Twitter thinks that I want to see it, but it's not people I follow.
Nah, I I don't fucking understand it.
Doesn't matter.
I was thinking of this though, but it might blow up in our faces. So I don't know if it's a good idea. If you're one of the Patreon people, you could send a 1 minute audio thing of your
Mm-hmm.
fucking Dear Abby thing. 1 minute. So
Yes,
condense it. I can't,
unless you're one of our favorite people, then you can send a longer one.
not even then.
You don't think Keg should be allowed to send in a longer one?
He's just gonna get in cahoots with the whole gang over there and just like wrangle. I promise this is going somewhere, and it'll just be him for 15 minutes, and it'll end with
Yeah.
something dumb.
Well, he can't be.
He's their
15
leader.
minutes.
He's
No,
like
but
their
I do
leader.
I do like the idea of voicemails too. Like not actual like they call a number and leave a voicemail, but if you send us recordings of your Dear Abbeys or like commentary or questions, then yeah, you can do that. It'd be good. I guess on Discord would be the best way to do it. So follow me on Twitter and message me to get into the Discord, OctoAbby on Twitter. For as little as $1 a month, you can get access to all of our bonus episodes, which we release on Mondays at patreon.com/here to help podcast. Thank you very much to our subscribers. We hope that more will subscribe. It's an amazing, amazing product.
Yeah,
It's
when
wonderful.
it gets posted, it's
Look, we promise
podcast.
3 episodes a month for $1 and usually give them 4.
yeah.
There's
I always
nothing
would.
for them to complain about.
I mean, I always would, but I'm dedicated. I don't fake
Blah
being
blah
sick
blah.
for 3 fucking
Yes,
weeks.
I'm faking it. I'm faking it. The cough sounds totally fake too, I'm sure.
I don't set
Just
up I don't
ridiculous.
rent children to burst through the door while I'm trying to podcast just so you can get out of here early.
Do you think I paid for them? No, they were at the park. I'm not paying for that. Okay. We did a poll last week. Sorry about that. Who won? Disco won. Apparently, Disco won.
Yeah, but who lost the most?
I lost the most with
Keeps happening.
16% of the vote. You know what? It doesn't keep happening. You and I go back and forth on who wins usually
I
when we
don't
do the polls.
think that that's
Okay?
even true, dude.
Which is actually really sad because I'm the one with over 1,000 followers. You've
Yeah.
got like 100.
Yeah.
So really, I should be getting 10 times the votes and never losing. But that's not what happens.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the
crazy.
opposite of what happens.
I don't even like retweet it. It's just you losing.
I think they just like to hate me. I think they just like to make me mad.
I think they just hate you. I don't think it's about
think they
liking
might
it. I think they just hate you.
Possible. I want everyone to tweet right now when you hear this, right as you're listening to this.
While you're
tweet
driving.
at Real Femme Sapien, even if you're driving, especially if you're driving, please. That is Allie Drummond. Tell her to come on here to help. Tell her it's the best up and coming podcast in the space and that you desperately want to hear her on there. And it'll be a good time and she can help a lot of people. I want you to tweet at her
Yeah,
right
don't
now.
just tell her to skip the first 6.5 minutes of the episode though, because that's been nothing but this.
It's great. We're doing a good job. I
All
think
right.
this is great.
Don't wrangle me into this. Though.
Okay.
Don't wee me on
We're
this.
You could fix it. You could jump in and fix it, but you're not. You're not because you're lazy.
I'm trying to bring, anything that's not just like also give us $1.
You know what? I prefer you when you're drunk.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I don't like this dry January stuff. I'm gonna be very happy when January is over next week.
It's the last sober episode of the fucking year, man.
Good. You do a bad job when you're sober. It's
Yeah.
your fault.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
your fault.
Playing video
We're g-
games.
Yeah.
That's about it. Drinking this fucking Perrier. I used to love Perrier. Now it just
You know, my
it's like
husband
seeing your
has been-
rapist, Like it's just I fucking hate it.
Exactly like seeing your rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet you're still doing it.
Yeah,
You're
much-
drinking it right now.
Yeah, just returning, much like women do.
Oh my goodness gracious. You are a bad person. And we're moving into our Dear Abby segment. Do. I want to meet someone rich. Is that so wrong? I'm 46. I earn $210,000 a year and own a $700,000 home. I'm tired of dating losers. I see wealth as a sign that someone is ambitious and aims high.
Or they're Indian.
Or they're Indian. They could be Indian.
Yeah.
That's
Just go after
true.
Indian guys. They're all like doctors
they
and
got
rich
the-
and
Software jobs and
Yeah. Go get you an Aziz Ansari. There you go. You'll be fine.
Yeah. That's a good plan. Okay, just marry an Indian man.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't know why she thinks that she's like, I'm 46. It's like, you're done.
Yeah, I don't understand how you're still dating at 46.
Wow, maybe
I
her
feel like you
husband died
should- That's possible.
from COVID.
But I feel like it could have happened, especially if he was really fat.
yeah. Where do you think
That's
she got all that
possible.
money from? So not some lady job. I know that.
It's just the life insurance policy. She's got an account that pays out this much every month or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's she didn't do that working fucking HR. Where's she making $200,000 a year at some bitch job?
I feel like if your husband dies when you're 46, you might should just like
Also die.
be single.
Well, I mean, she's 46. She's not dead. She still wants some of that Indian D.
I guess so. I
Date
just feel like it's a
Indians.
little late to be dating.
Well, I mean, you won't say that when your husband leaves your ass at 46.
just gonna be on a date. You're on a first date and you've got like all these hot flashes because you're going through menopause. You're just like dying and sweating and your face is beet red. And
Wait,
then suddenly you get the chills instead.
I thought it was a little later than that women got menopause, but
It depends on the person, but it's like 50.
huh. Well, yeah, at 50 you shouldn't be having kids.
It's got
So
4 years.
yeah, I don't know, retire early.
Retire.
Just hang up your pussy jersey and retire, I guess. You know?
Okay. My advice to you, yeah, our advice is either date an Indian man or just be single, I guess.
Yeah, just
You could jump onto the pyre, like in the Indian custom, when your husband dies.
Is that is that it? I'm thinking of different types of Indians, I think.
No, like the dot
Yeah.
Indians. Yeah,
They
they
don't
had
have
a
a
thing.
pyre.
I don't think they do it as much anymore, but yeah, it'd be like they burn the man on a pyre and the wife is supposed to burn with him.
Damn, dude, Indian guys rule.
You know, I
That's
first
fucking
learned
sweet.
about this in Xena, Warrior Princess, because they go to India and they're like trying to save this widow whose husband just died because everyone's trying to force her to jump on the pyre. So then they paint henna all over themselves, which gives them superpowers,
Sure.
basically. And also, Gabrielle gets all her hair chopped off and she looks terrible. It does not suit her.
That's where you got this from is Xena. So
Yes. Yes.
because I'm gonna guess that that's not anywhere close to fucking true. Because I've never heard that about Indian people.
It's a thing. Look, do you think Xena would lie?
Yeah, it's a television show that was just a Hercules ripoff.
It's not it's called a spin-off.
It's a ripoff.
It's a spin-off. A ripoff is different. It would be like some buff man pretending that he's basically Hercules. His name would be Heracles because it's Hercules' real name. But no, okay? Xena's a spin-off. She was a character in Hercules.
So did it come after Hercules? It was on those.
It was at the same time because
Yeah.
she was a villain in Hercules for several episodes and then she sleeps with Hercules
Nice.
and then she gets her own show.
That's how she got the show to begin with, I'll bet.
Well, she actually was married to the producer, so.
Ah, well. There you
Okay,
go.
I'm done. Nobody wants to hear me talk about Xena. I apologize. I met her though, and Renee, Gabrielle, and they were very sweet and they gave me big hugs, like ridiculously big hugs for a stranger. It was weird, actually.
So how old were you?
21.
She does have that kind of haircut that just more lesbian stories. Yeah, that's great.
They both had their arms around my hips, like around my waist real tight for the picture. It was great. And then they like called me sweetheart and baby girl.
And then you all said girl power.
weird.
And then everybody else went to the fucking Hercules booth and we're just like,
Well, he wasn't
show.
there.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's too good for that shit. Anywhere you're
Kevin
gonna be.
Sorbo.
Yeah, dude. Kevin Sorbo rules.
Kevin Sorbo went on Tucker Carlson, and one of my kids goes, Hercules! And everybody was like, what are you talking about? He's just some Twitter, like he made a tweet. I was like, no, that's Hercules.
Yeah. Well, good for Kevin
Anyway,
Sorbo.
we're moving on. Okay, probably shouldn't say these people's names. I've decided I'm not going to say names anymore because I do that sometimes. Okay, this is such a stupid problem we're dealing with, but dear Abby, my mom's boyfriend of 15 years, keeps coming over to stay at our place. We all used to live together, but he decided to move out a few years ago.
Nice.
Now we've moved relatively close to where he's now living and he keeps coming over to visit. So like I think she lives with her mom, but the boyfriend moved out.
Okay.
Which is weird if they've been together for 15 years.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on with that. It's an odd situation, but
Yeah, I don't really get that at all. I feel bad, but my mom promised me he wouldn't stay with us, and that hasn't been true at all.
why would you think that would be true?
I don't know why you would expect that. I mean, I get if you wouldn't want to live with him. Like, I do understand that. But if he's been with her for 15 years, they're basically married, huh?
Yeah, it
Like they
seems.
might as well just be married. Anyway, he smells really bad. My cat is terrified of him, and he's an alcoholic. When he drinks, he's really mean to my mother and my cat. Once, my cat was hanging out in his little house, and he went over and kicked his house, terrifying my cat, and then got furious with us all when we weren't siding with him over the cat. He gets so mad if we say anything good about the cat, he will leave and go to the bar for a few hours and then come home, and the situation just gets worse.
Damn, that rules, dude. He's like got a fucking cat arch enemy, man. That's great. Just a drunk fucking retard just in a war with a cat. It's like not even. I don't know. What's the cat doing to bother him? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
Cat might be up to something.
Yeah, because I had a cat when I was a kid. He was an asshole. He was a jerk of the cat, and he would claw you and pee on your sweater.
Yeah.
He was a jerk. I'm worried he will hurt the cat worse because when he's drunk, he'll also sit in the kitchen and just like yell at the cat. This is not like one of the people that would send a joke one in either, by the way.
Oh,
This
that's
is a nice
great.
lady.
It's just somebody's sad fucking life, and I'm just laughing about it. That's
He will curse the cat out and then post angry songs to Facebook with captions like songs to listen to when you're dealing with a dickhead cat. He really hates my cats.
holy shit. That rules.
I'm trying to tell my mom I don't want to have him stay in the apartment anymore.
Wait, the mom
Because
the mom has to be friends with him on Facebook too. Like has to see all of these drunk
He's-
posts of just
Well,
like
I'm assuming they all are following him on Facebook. Yeah.
it's just he's posting like Limp Bizkit, fucking break stuff or whatever. And he's just like sitting there drunk in the kitchen yelling at a cat. Damn.
That's so.
Wow.
I'm trying to tell my mom I don't want to have him stay in the apartment anymore because the drama is stressful. It's over something so stupid. But she says he's $60,000 of credit card debt, so he can't afford to stay in a hotel. But then he'll go straight from our apartment or to snowboarding on a mountain. So it's not that he's broke; he's snowboarding.
Dude, this guy is kind of fucking sweet. He's like, he's fucking snowboarding and like, doing 360 flips and then like coming home drunk as a skunk and screaming at a cat. This guy's like, he's not a bad guy. He's like a 3-frame comic, in a newspaper.
Yeah, he should have a comic. I should draw a comic about this guy warring with a cat. Do you
There
think
you
she
go.
would appreciate that or hate me for it and stop listening to our show?
I don't think that should matter. I think that you should.
I should do it. I should just do it because I wanted to make a comment about a pug whose arch nemesis was a cat modeled after my dog, but he actually loves cats. So I didn't think it really worked out.
Okay, well, one, it's a cartoon. And then two, I think you're just going to end up making Garfield.
Yeah.
You're just doing
that's
an
true.
edgy reboot of Garfield.
That's fair, but it would be about the pug.
Not in this.
I don't know.
But this is about a cool snowboard guy.
That's true. I think that there needs to be a comic made about this. I'm going to keep it in mind. Okay. He hates the cat. He's resentful of my mom. He barely acknowledges I exist unless it's to complain about me. So I really don't get why he keeps trying to stay with us. How can I make him stop wanting to come here?
Okay. Well, a couple
There's
things.
a lot of ways that we could stop someone wanting to go to your house.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat, But thanks for the setup there. Thanks. I've been waiting to sneak that one in
There
immediately.
you go.
I don't know. I have an idea here. You're an adult, right? Have you tried fucking move?
Yeah. Unless your mom like needs care or something, but then couldn't her alcoholic snowboarding boyfriend care for her?
Yeah, just take your cat and move. That's a good idea. And if you can't do that, then try to get more drunk than he does and just see what
could do
happens.
that.
Really just throw a match into that.
get more cats.
Mhm.
Get like 3 more cats and like asshole ones from the pound, you know? Like ones with like mangy fur.
Yeah, and then your original cat can die of feline HIV.
Okay, maybe not mangy ones, but still, get 3 more cats. And when he walks in the door, he'll just be mobbed by cats and he won't want to come.
He might be cat stomping. I mean, here's another way.
Yeah.
Um, you could maybe tell your mom to stop fucking him. Like, what do you mean? I don't see why why he
Years.
wants to come here. It's like, because he comes there. Like, I don't, duh.
Oh, that's so gross.
That's why he's coming over there. Like, what, are you a child? Like, you know what's going on. Mom's getting
Yeah.
plowed.
Yeah, what? I just I don't want to talk about. That's not a very nice picture to put in this poor girl's mind. Um Also, just having flashbacks here that are very disturbing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on. No, you could also smear feces all over the walls. I don't think he'd want to go there if you
Not,
did that. When he walks in the door, you could meet him with like a baseball bat and tell him he needs to leave. Like there's lots of ways to get him to
not,
stop wanting
no,
to go there.
not everything has to be about poop or violence.
I feel like it does. You could smear feces on him and then hit him with a baseball bat.
And hey, then you'll get to move out and go to prison.
Exactly. And then everyone's happy.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I don't.
think it's good advice. Okay, moving on to our next Dear Abby. Dear Abby, I recently met my biological dad, and he's kind of a loser and mentally unstable. He's super needy and wants to come visit me and my family a lot, but he gets here and just sits on the couch looking at his phone. I have a shitload of kids and very little time to waste staring at an old man version of myself while he looks at boomer shit on his phone. His other family are dead. He never had any other kids. My wife is sick of his shit, and it's wearing me down too. I need to redirect this relationship. How should I start?
What does he mean
He's
redirect it?
just kind of change the dynamic. I would assume like he's coming over, sitting on the couch and staring at his phone. He's not interacting with anyone. They're not doing anything. So I would say that the first step would be trying to bring him into activities. Like, what do you do? Do you ever play board games with your kids or like cards or something? Or like
I'm
we have a karaoke thing set up downstairs
I'm gonna tell you
on
what
our
he does.
TV.
He told us what he does. He sits on his couch and stares at his phone looking at Twitter shit.
He did say he's staring at an old version of himself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want him to do. It's, I don't know. Maybe get a cat.
You could get a cat.
You just see how that goes. Just bring cats into the mix.
Yeah. Or you could get him like a voucher for snowboarding lessons.
Yeah, get him
Do
drunk.
that. Invite him out somewhere. I don't know. I want to know what you mean by mentally unstable. Like how mentally unstable are we talking? Because it doesn't sound like he's doing anything. He's just annoying.
I don't even see what's so annoying about an old guy sitting there on his phone.
It is a little weird.
Why? What do you do with your time?
What do I do? I mean, it doesn't really matter what I do with my time when I'm in my own house. It's like I'm not going to other people's houses, sitting on their couch and staring at my phone. I've never done that.
Oh, I'm absolutely going
Yeah.
to do that.
I pretty much don't even check my phone when I'm out of the house.
I
Like
go,
if I'm going to someone else's house, I just don't even touch my phone, which makes it really weird when people come to my house and they're like sitting on my couch looking at TikTok and like playing the videos with the volume on and stuff and
I
like
hate
not
that.
talking to me. And just like I understand that there's like a lull in conversation and I got up to go get snacks for everyone or whatever, but it just feels weird.
No, I don't like the TikTok with the full volume thing, but
Yeah, it's fine if you check your phone. Like that doesn't bother me, but every time I hear sound coming from it when people do it, it just weirded out. Like why do you think that's appropriate?
I
You could
yeah.
just talk to me. You're in my house. You're sitting on my couch. You could just like say something to me or like show me the video. Maybe like there should be some sort of interaction going on here. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the internet's far more interesting than
Than me. Yeah.
people that
Probably.
you're in a room with. You got to
Then
get
why
with the
did you
new
come to my
ways.
house?
Warm.
You know, I.
It's not outside.
It's warm. That's
And for
fair.
the snacks, there's snacks.
Yeah,
Then you
I
get
do
the
give
snacks.
people a lot of snacks.
There you go. And just a
My
like
sister
pocket
comes
spare
over.
change.
Yeah, when my sister comes over, she just raids my candy dishes because like people don't just keep out candy dishes that have chocolate in them anymore, like a little individually wrapped dark chocolate or whatever, I guess. I don't know. My mother-in-law does it. She gifted me some candy dishes. I've done it like the whole time I've had a house. And she'll come over, she'll just start eating all my candy. Like I feel like she just comes over for my candy. Um she doesn't even live in the same state. She showed up to my house unannounced from like 4 states over one time and ate all my fruit snacks, which are for the kids.
That
And it was
rules.
just like, how many packages? And she was like, I didn't even notice her. I thought she just had like one or two, but every time I looked at her, she was eating one. So I thought she was eating them very slowly. No, she ate all my fruit snacks. Anyway,
Well,
no,
they
my
only-
suggestion is plan something, do something, suggest an activity.
Yeah, I mean, or you'd start sending him text while he's on his phone. Just be like, "Hey, what's
You
up?"
could do that. You just talk to him like that.
Yeah.
He's looking at his phone anyway. That works. Or you could just yell at him and kick him out.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, that seems weird. You're like, I met my dad. Oh, he's a fag. Like, that seems. Maybe get to know the guy. He's probably nervous to meet you too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's probably very, very nervous.
He's like, hey, sorry about abandoning you, dude. Here's the fucking. You want a cigarette from the pack of smokes that I went and got when you were 6?
Yeah, I still got the original pack, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
Here it is. It took me a long time to get this.
you just gotta, maybe you should put in some effort as well. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, he's not really. I don't know. This guy, if he abandoned him, isn't really entitled to the effort necessarily. Like, you're not even, like, he's not entitled to come to your house at all if you don't want him there. But if you do actually want a relationship with this man, then yeah, I would suggest planning things. Do some board games, something. Play Risk with him. You can really see someone's personality come out when they're playing a game like Risk.
Why?
Because it's a war game.
It's a long game.
It is really long.
And the horses and shit.
Growing up, my uncle wanted me to learn to play chess and learn to play Risk. He was very focused on it, and he made me play it all the time, both of those things. And you know what happened? I never got any good.
Sure.
I play on the same level as a child to this day.
Well, you're a woman. Your brains aren't built for that thing.
That's
Who do you think you
I'm
are,
not
Andrew
built for
Tate?
Andrew Tate has problems with his face. I don't know. I don't think he has a very big brain. I don't think it would fit in his tiny, weird-shaped skull.
Well, he'd beat you in chess. I know that.
Oh, yeah, and he'd be lisping the whole time.
Well, he beat Pierce Morgan in chess.
Did he?
Live on TV.
Wait, he really did?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that. I missed that. I just want to say shout out to my brother, Dick Masterson, who has been going against Tate on Twitter. I appreciate that we have more allies in the fight against this disgusting, weird-looking pimp.
He's a pimp, all right.
Big pimpin'.
Yeah.
Okay. We're moving into our Reddit segment now.
That's a good one.
Well,
Jay-Z, dude.
yeah.
Big
That's pretty
pimp
good.
and spin the cheese.
That suits that's a good transition too. Good job. You did it today.
Which is
Now
neat
you
because
can't
your
make fun of me.
transition is fucking terrible. It just didn't
Yeah,
stick.
it's not going well. I need can they just give me the double estrogen? Can I just take more? I don't know. It's a problem. Okay. My daughter doesn't approve of how I'm paying for her wedding. My daughter
Please
is
be OnlyFans. Please be fucking OnlyFans.
well, it's a man.
Even
who's
better,
56
dude.
years old. Yeah. Growing up, I always promised her I would pay for her wedding if she got married, and none of that has changed. However, she doesn't want me to pay for the wedding in the way I'm doing it. First of all, I told her she can get whatever wedding dress she wants as long as it's under $1,200. That doesn't seem unreasonable, in my opinion. Now, that's pretty reasonable. $1,200 for a wedding dress? That's pretty That's a lot of money.
I thought wedding dresses were like fucking ungodly expensive.
It just depends. I mean, people do pay thousands of dollars for wedding dresses, but you don't have to, because every like wedding dress shop has like cheaper ones and also a clearance rack. Like my wedding dress cost me $100, other than the alterations, which cost a few $100s more, so it's like $400 total. But it was $100 on clearance rack. It was a $1,200 dress that just nobody. It was out of season. Like you literally just have to go look at the clearance rack, find one that's close enough to your size that they can alter it to fit you. It's not hard to get a cheap wedding dress. It just can't be like in season and the perfect dress you dreamed of, basically.
They all look the fucking same.
They do. So who even cares if it's out of season? Like that's what I was thinking. When I went in there, I was looking at all the nice ones. It's like, oh yeah, this $1,000 one looks exactly the same as this $200 one down the rack.
It's probably the stitching or something like that.
Yeah,
like
it's
better,
probably the stitching, but in like more details and stuff. It's like how I don't know.
We can't even see the fucking details on wedding dresses anyway. It's all white on white on white on white, and it's
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And the gall of all of you fucking women out there wearing white wedding dresses, fucking pregnant and shit. You fucking.
I was literally pregnant.
Yeah,
I had to get the dress altered to hell. Because I was like, look, I'm going to be showing in a month and the wedding is in 3 months. Like, can you just kind of estimate? Like, we could just like, do you have one of those fake bellies that they have at maternity clothes stores that I can use to like estimate what it'll need to be? Like,
so
it was white.
Seamstress. I'm one of those. You might could tell I'm 18, so obviously I'm
obviously 18 years old and I look 16 because I have no boobs. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically. I got a lot of weird looks.
Walk in there and they're just like, it's a shame, Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? This doesn't seem unreasonable in my opinion. I also put some cost limits on the venue and photographers, and she and I are in agreement about all of that. This is where the problem comes up. Because I am paying, I want my friends to come. My daughter doesn't have a lot of friends, and neither does her fiancé, so they're worried that my friends, most of whom are either old bandmates or fans of mine from when I was a jazz musician,
hell yeah,
will overshadow hers. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't want my wedding overrun by boomer jazz musicians scatting all over the place. That's what she said.
Well, damn, that's a strong case. Let me hear this guy out, but she's framed a pretty good argument, I gotta say.
I would not want a bunch of boomers who I've never met before in my life scatting all over the place at my wedding. That's not something I would appreciate.
I only want that at my wedding now. It's just a bunch of old jazz musicians. Skibbity-doo, ba-ba-da, hey, congratulations, son, here. Whoa, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee. That would rule. It'd be a really unique event.
I remember I was trying to, so my mother-in-law paid for my wedding, and because of that, I kind of just had to let her, like, put down everything that I wanted in favor of her stuff. Like, that's basically how that went down. Like, I'd be like, I want to do this. And she would say, no, I'm paying for it. You're doing this. Like, she bought me the ugliest shoes in the world. I think I've already talked about this before. Hideous. Freaking hideous. I should have set those things on fire when I saw them. Just. Ugh. Anyway, I get mad when I think of my wedding. Anyway, that's beside the point. No, it's not beside the point. It's the point I'm trying to make. When I thought we were trying to keep it small, so I didn't cost her too much money. I mean, obviously, because she's arguing with me on every tiny little point, including like down to my shoes that I want to wear. She feels strongly about her putting into the wedding and paying for it and stuff. So clearly I should keep the costs down, right? So I invited like 5 people in my family, and I start getting ready to send out invitations, and she hands me a list of 60 people to invite, most of which I never heard of these people before in my life. And I was asking my husband, he was like, yeah, I don't know who these people are. Like, I have no idea who these people are. And so then I had to call people in my family later and be like, "Look, I'm sorry I didn't send you an invite. It's a little late to mail them now, but I'm getting married. Like, I'm sorry." And seemed like a big asshole.
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't think it's appropriate for in-laws to be inviting everyone that they know to your wedding. It's not their wedding.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, it would have been funnier if your mother-in-law was like, and also the cake, let's try to get a bride that looks like me. And then she
No, I got my topper from Walmart.
classy as always, Abby, classy as always.
I was 18 years old and pregnant. I had $500 to my name and I spent every cent on the wedding at Walmart.
It's no excuse for poor taste.
Yeah, well, it kind of is. Anyway, my thinking is I'm paying, so I get to choose if my friends come. In addition, my friends and I will be performing all of the music for the wedding, negating the need for an overpriced DJ. She
Whoa!
agreed.
Hey, now hold on. Let's talk numbers here before we start calling me overpriced, okay?
It says the man who, oh, I'm trying to get you a wedding gig, by the way. My friend has been, I actually tagged you in it, but it was a circle tweet and I didn't realize you're probably not in the circle. But I was trying and she was like, yeah, but is he gonna like scandalize the priest? Because she's
does that
Catholic,
mean?
like
Oh.
very traditional Catholic. Like, are you gonna cause problems? I was like,
Yeah, that's what I
well,
do.
definitely.
I just go around finding priests to scandalize. Who am I? The media? Priests. They scandals.
Well, I told her that you'd most likely just go around arguing with priests about nihilism, and she
How
was
am I
like, "Well, that's
supposed-
fine."
How am I supposed to do that if I'm dropping hot tracks? I'm deep in the
That's
mix
true.
on the ones and twos.
Yeah. See, I feel like you should DJ the wedding. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm getting you the gig. Don't worry. I'm probably gonna be one of the bridesmaids, so I've got some pull here. Okay.
That would be good. Who wants a dubstep wedding?
All right. Let's see. She agreed to do this and appreciates it, as well as the magic act that will happen during the hors d'oeuvre. Is that how you say that? Hors d'oeuvre? Is that how you say that?
Oh, I'm not French. I think it's pronounced hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvre. That's what that is.
Are you serious?
That's
I
what
was
that
making
is.
fun of you.
That word in text is hors d'oeuvres. Holy crap.
Yeah, I was making fun of you. It's actually hors d'oeuvres, and you're.
Anyway, hors d'oeuvres, our courtesy of my friend Steve. He's doing a magic trick show.
I gotta figure out
That's
how.
pretty
I gotta figure out how to call this episode hors d'oeuvres. Or do horse.
It just never clicked in my head that that's what that is. That's how you spell hors d'oeuvres.
Jesus Christ.
That's amazing. French people are so stupid. They even spell with phlegm.
Yeah, they're the stupid ones.
They're idiots.
I mean,
can't
it's on
believe they would
menus.
spell that so wrong.
It's French.
Okay, so Steve, the magic guy. Where we really disagree is the food. An open bar was important to her, so I agreed to pay for an open bar. But we just don't have enough to pay for both an open bar and unlimited food.
Oh.
So yeah, that's.
You go.
How do you even?
You go in bar.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
people
you
only
just-
eat once. Give them one meal, and then they're gonna be. Because let me tell you, if you run out of food, people are gonna be like, "Hey, whatever, I already ate." If you run out of liquor, so you're gonna get people running to the liquor store. It's gonna cause a lot of logistical problems for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. But also, like, it's really, I feel like everyone always overestimates the amount of food they need for a wedding. Every wedding I've ever been to, at the end, the couple is like, people ate like a third
Yeah.
of what we paid for, and now we have all of this leftovers. Can you take some?
Yeah, people were
Like,
there for the
it
booze, dude.
Always happens.
People don't go to weddings because they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to have this great wedding food." No, they go, "I'm here for the open bar," because it's an excuse for all of these people to, for whatever reason, it's like that and brunch. People think that it's fine to get inappropriately drunk. That's fine, but you got to go with the open bar. I'm not going to that fucking wedding unless there's a fucking bar, and it better be free. Otherwise,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
otherwise I take an air fryer from the gift table. I've said this before, and I mean it.
Well, they probably got 3 of them anyway. They probably would be like, please, Bryden, take the air fryer. I already have one, and now we've got 4, and I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. Yes. So I suggested an a la smart plan, in which guests are given a 30. I should have pronounced that way worse. I really should have done that. Anyway, in which guests are given a $30 stipend for dinner using tokens. And they build their perfect dinner ahead of time using the tokens.
This is overly complicated. Just do you want steak, chicken, or vegetarian?
That's what everyone does.
Order it
I
ahead
don't
of time.
understand.
Then you go, this is what you ordered. It was on your invitation. You click the thing. You're good. Why she got to reinvent the fucking wheel on this?
It's a man.
He's got the tism.
He's got the tism. The tokens also don't come cheap, especially because I'm having them printed with my daughter and her fiance's name.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? He just really likes this idea. Like, he had this idea when he was drunk last night where he's going to, like, make tokens and people can customize their meal and do tokens and everyone's going to be playing a fun game. And he's just taking it too far.
That's he's like, oh man, we can't afford the food and the booze. It's really cutting into our token budget. That's dumber than hell. This is a dumb idea, guy.
Of course, once they exceed the $30 stipend, they need to buy new tokens. She's horrified by this, thinks it's tacky, and refuses. Now she's telling me that we can't do a la smart, and in order to pay for the open bar, she wants me to disinvite at least half of the 25 friends I invited. She also changed her mind about the magic show and says she prefers an open buffet to a magic act,
Sure.
but Steve is going to be really upset about this.
I mean, a magician at a wedding is a cool idea.
That's
I
a
guess.
great idea. I
Wha-
would get rid of all the food before I'd get rid of the magician.
You do want the
Like-
magician there.
I want to give my baby girl the wedding of her dreams, but also if I'm spending $30,000 on a wedding, don't I get to invite my friends?
Some of them, sure, but I mean, just get rid of the token idea. So get rid of that budget
Yeah.
there. I mean,
Just get it catered a certain amount and nobody's going to eat the freaking food. You think you need way more food than you need. So they're both, okay. I think that inviting 25 of your friends that they do not know to have boomers scatting all over the
the
place
rules.
is probably impolite. But also I think that the daughter is dumb wanting an unlimited buffet. Like, there's literally no reason to do that.
Yeah, just have Wawa cater it, man. Just get some giant fucking subs. But
We
I
did
think-
brisket.
yeah, there you go. I mean, literally
Brisket, butter bread, pickles, onions, beans.
just bring onions and pickles and just set it out and go, happy wedding.
This is
Do
what we
that.
got.
This is who we are
Exactly.
as a culture. I don't know. I think just imagine a bunch of old guys going, man, did you see him pull that rabbit out of a hat? Skippity bat 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 bat. Like, that just sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, no one's going to be thinking about the food. They're watching a magic act.
Yeah, and playing jazz.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to have like live music and a magic act.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to care about the food.
No. Especially if they're all liquored up.
But yeah, drop your token idea. That's stupid. There's no reason for that.
No. And getting them printed, I mean, that's what?
He just thought it was a cool idea. He even has a name for it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I think that it's just a dad. He's like, I got the coolest idea. It's called a la smart. You know, like, this is going to be a hit and then it's going to catch on, you know? Like,
Start a business, and all a smart business. We'll say, Sharks, here's my idea. Weddings are hard. Oh, man. That,
we're going to make them harder.
yeah. Gotta even fucking order all, like, that's just dumb.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know. I think he should be able to bring some of his friends. Sure.
Yeah, well, if he's paying $30,000, yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know. Now I'm just curious more about the token idea. I want to see it in action. I mean,
If anyone knows this man, send him our way. We want to talk to him. We want to interview him. We really need to get details on a la smart.
like, how does that work with the tokens? Like, is all the food market price, or like, what are you doing?
Well, so they've got the tokens were $30. I don't know. I think he's just arbitrarily going to set a price on it or something. And then if they exceed the 3 tokens, they have to buy more tokens. For $30, they get 3 more, basically.
Just turn his wedding into a fucking raffle. I mean,
That would make more sense. I don't know.
it's a fucking bizarre one. Yeah, I'd lose the token idea and probably just invite most of your friends and then enjoy the fucking magic show and you'd be good.
Boomer scatting all over the
Yeah, I mean, that rules.
He's a scatting magician. Just so great. I love this guy. I want him to be my dad.
He does sound cool. You know, I mean, she's being a little bitch about it.
Yeah, it does sound like she's being a little bitch. I agree.
I mean, it's not like he was like, yeah, and all my 30 friends are coming and scatting everywhere and whatever.
25 is not even that many. Like, for a $30,000 wedding, I feel like 25 extra guests is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Steve has got a hefty fee. Who knows? But
It's possible. Steve is getting paid. Okay, next story. How are we doing on time, by the way?
got 15 minutes left.
All right. Struggling to stay faithful and remain attracted to my wife after we experienced a violent attack together. Not sure what to do.
All right. Okay.
Usually this goes the other way around.
Yeah. Curious about this.
I can't talk to anyone about this for obvious reasons. I even tried speaking to a therapist, and they made me feel so low I haven't gone back since.
Well, don't
like
go to
that's a-
therapy.
That's a
Therapy's
sign.
yeah, therapy's fucking stupid.
It is. If they're not validating what you're saying, then you probably have a pretty big problem, though. 'Cause
Also,
I feel like they want you to keep coming back. They're just going to validate you to make you feel good so that you will keep coming back. Like, they want your money.
all therapy is stupid. It's a woman-run business, and no woman can help you with any of your problems.
Yes, stop. What is this show for? Stop. That's like anti-promotion. What are you doing?
Well, I'm helping plenty of people. I mean, I'll just right out of the bat, I'll just say, go cheat on your wife. It's fine. She's probably
it's not.
She's probably fucking missing a leg or something now. Just fucking, you know.
I can't talk to anyone about. Oh wait, sorry. My wife and I have been together for 6 years, married for 3. We currently have a bundle of joy on the way, and she's about 5 months along. My wife was always on the fence about kids, but I was adamant about wanting them. And now that it's becoming so real, I'm not sure anymore. That's such a asshole move. You don't want to have babies? Okay, well, you have to because I want to. I know that it's all on you because you're the mom. You have to carry the baby. You have to birth the baby. You have to breastfeed the baby. You have to look like a mom afterward.
All of that stuff
which
is
is
easy.
a thing in and of itself.
All of that
You know
stuff is
what?
easier than laundry. All right,
I can't wait. And yes, it is actually. You're right. Never mind. I was about to say that I can't wait for there to be artificial wombs so we can forcibly implant one in you and make you have a baby. That's what I want.
I'd shit out the best fucking kid ever, dude. I'd just poop him out. It'd be hilarious. He'd fucking,
Yeah,
you know,
it'd be great.
still have a shitty fucking beard, you know, with a big old dry spell on the side. But you know,
That's
it'd
all right.
do fine.
The longer your beard gets, I feel like it's getting covered up
Yeah.
more. You know,
That's the plan, you know.
so it'll be. No one will notice.
But
soon.
much like a comb over, people notice. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be nice. I don't know why, because you're so mean to me. But I'm trying to make you feel better. Okay. My wife was always on the fence at blah, blah, blah. I feel like I've just been on autopilot, and after spending this whole week buying baby stuff, I need to figure it out. You should have figured it out before you made her have a baby.
Yeah.
5 months pregnant. You can't just go back on that. Like, what the?
Well, you can. It's just immoral.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
bad.
great.
Fucking ridiculous. Last year, my wife and I were at the park relaxing like we do almost every weekend. Notice he said last year. She's 5 months pregnant. So this was well before he forced her to have a child.
Well, let's not say forced. That sounds.
He convinced her.
There you go.
Convinced.
That's
convinced.
maybe convinced
He-
is
he
better
convinced.
than given what it takes to make a child. I think that maybe forced is a bad
That's fair.
phrase.
That's fair. He
Convinced.
probably didn't do that. But yeah, no. Okay. So a year ago, is when the events took place that makes him not attracted to his wife. 5 months ago, he convinced a woman, his wife, who does not want children, to get pregnant for him. Okay, this is absurd. Anyway, okay. We were at the park relaxing like we do almost every weekend, and someone yelled at us for speaking in my native language, Korean.
They said,
He's a
"This is
Korean
MAGA
man."
country."
Exactly. They had a big pickup truck. Confederate flags. My wife is trying to learn too because she's not Korean or Asian at all, but wants to only speak Korean at home to make sure our family is fully bilingual and they don't lose their culture. That's very sweet of her. She sounds like a sweet lady. We were practicing out loud and sharing a snack, and this guy just walks up to us out of nowhere with wild racist bullshit. He kicked our food, and there was some arguing.
Why? Who does
You're,
that?
you're speaking Korean? Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah, he really showed them how bad he is at kung fu.
Somehow I really doubt it was a white guy who
Yeah.
was just like, a Korean? Like, we don't, white races like Koreans.
Yeah.
Okay, we like Korean. I mean, they like Koreans. They. I did not.
Those are your
Whoops.
Stop
Okay.
repeating your pronouns. Now, I've seen the videos. I don't think this was a white fella.
He kicked our food and there was some arguing. While I was calling the police with my back turned to him,
Why?
because he's a stupid person. That's not what you do. That
Hey,
is not what you do.
This fella's dangerous and erratic. I should immediately turn around.
Turn the other way, and I'm going to call the police.
Out of sight, out of
Oh.
mind. That's what I say.
He tried to hit me with a pretty large rock.
Jesus, dude.
My wife jumped in between and ended up taking the full force of the hit, which literally busted her forehead open and knocked her out cold for almost a minute.
Oh, she's got brain damage now.
She might have gotten brain damage. Like, that's kind of likely.
Can't be out for a
I-
minute like that.
I rushed my wife to the hospital and the guy ran off. He didn't even fight back. He didn't even like defend her after she was out cold.
Well, his back was turned.
Yeah.
He didn't know until later.
Oh, okay. The guy ran off and was eventually caught by police a few weeks later. My wife needed 14 stitches right across her face
Oof.
and had 2 black eyes and blood in them. Her face was swollen beyond recognition for a few days too, and when she fell, messed up an old knee injury, so when she got out of the hospital the next day, half of her face was covered in bandages and she was limping. But she was still cracking jokes in the ER.
Well,
So
people
he's-
on
he's-
painkillers are pretty peppy.
Yes. Yeah. I can confirm. I can confirm. After the bandages and stitches came out, she was told she would need to wait at least a year before having her scar surgically fixed or whatever treatments. But now that the year has almost passed, I've started hinting at her scheduling appointments and such. She's literally pregnant. She cannot have surgery while that's not a thing you can do.
Sounds a lot like an excuse. The face is so
well,
far away from the pussy.
Well, they can't give her anesthesia.
She's tough. She took a rock to the face.
Yeah, just do it without any pain
Yeah,
meds.
she'll be fine.
Just give her some Tylenol. The like one pain med that's okay during pregnancy
Yeah.
is literally just acetaminophen. The entire time I've been struggling with remaining attracted to her, despite it, but didn't tell her, since I didn't want to be cruel. She's now saying she doesn't think she wants to get anything done because she wants to save the money for the baby. I've offered to pay for half of it, and she still hasn't really looked into having it done.
I don't know. She's got to get her fucking face fixed. I mean, she's all rock faced up like
Well, she's-
that.
It's probably really expensive, though. I can understand being worried about the money.
Yeah, but but like babies aren't expensive.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
They're not.
No. I mean, how much are diapers?
At the very
$5?
least. No, they're like $50. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
No.
okay, so a month's
How many-
worth of diapers and wipes is $70.
How many?
But it costs like $5,000 just to have the baby, like medical bills.
Well, you don't have to pay those. It's America.
Well, I'm a good citizen and I pay mine. Even though I shouldn't have to because we pay so much for insurance, but whatever.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm just saying maybe diapers don't cost that much. You know, they're just paper bags. You just use paper bags.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Just
yes.
get them. Just get them like a potato sack and pop them on there, and they're good. How much could a baby really poop anyway?
Oh, a lot, and it's
No.
everywhere. It explodes. There's something called a diaper explosion, and if you've ever seen it, it's horrifying.
Nah, I don't think that's true. I think
It's
that's
all like watery and wet when they're a baby because they just have like milk or formula. It's not solid. It's just spurts.
well. I mean, I think that maybe that's a problem unique to you.
I don't. It's not. You just don't know anything about babies.
Nah.
I've offered to pay for half of it, and she still hasn't really looked into having it done. I've also pushed back her meeting my parents again because of this. And bringing her around my friends since it happened.
She must be pretty fucked up.
Well, yeah! Defending him, she saved his life. She could have died. He probably would have died.
You don't know that. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he sounds like a weakling. I feel like she's a lot tougher than him. He would have just died.
Well, you see, you don't know that. He was making things up. But one thing we know for sure is that she is so fucking ugly now that he's not attracted to her. So, I mean, you would think that she would want to get that fixed. Can't walk around,
Yeah.
you know. It doesn't matter how tough she is. I mean, the
doesn't
scar doesn't look good on the girls.
Saved his life, and in response, he's not attracted to her,
Sure.
thinking of ending the relationship, and refuses to introduce his wife of 3 years, who he's been together for 6 years, to his parents or his friends.
See, that's the weirder part of all of this.
Yeah.
That's the weirder part.
Also, a part of me is just sort of mad she even did it.
Sure.
I feel this is the real crux of the problem. I feel like this is where he gets honest. I feel like half of a man now, and I've had to delete myself off dating apps before making a mistake and been channeling it all at the gym. But every time I look at her, I'm reminded of all those feelings. So he just feels weak. She emasculated him, and now he's just pathetic.
Well, it could be that, plus the fact that she looks like she got hit in the face with a boulder.
I mean, he's explicitly saying it's not all the scar.
Sure, and
It's
neither
like
did I.
part the scar.
I didn't. I. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
said. Is that it's
That's
not all the scar.
whatever.
It's the fact that she's,
Yeah.
you know, looks like a chicken's foot, and you know, the other thing that's less important.
The other thing. No, I think it's pretty important that he feels emasculated because his wife is tougher than he is and more willing to throw herself into danger for the one that she loves.
I don't think it's
Than
as
he
much
is.
that as maybe she thought that that he wouldn't hit her in the face with a rock.
No, she jumped in the way of it. Like the guy probably didn't have time to stop because of there's a woman there, even if he wanted to.
Women do that shit all the time. You see it all the time. Women try to get in between dudes fighting or whatever, and then then they're on World Star.
Whatever. She hasn't changed a bit besides the scar. She obviously handled it way better than I did, and somehow it's making me love her less. This plus the pregnancy. I don't even know what to do. I thought about asking her for a hall pass, but so I guess he means like a pass to cheat. But
Yeah,
I
like the
think that's
movie.
what yeah.
Yeah.
But I know without a doubt she will leave me. I thought about taking care of my needs on the side so I can be the man she needs me to be. But I know she will eventually find out and she will hate me and make my life hell, or leave me a single father and I will never hear from her again. I just wish it had never happened, but I really need some other perspective or opinion on this. Kill yourself.
Nah, I think you ought to, just look up some guides online. You should be able to like figure out how to like make it so she wouldn't find out.
Oh, the look on your face when you said that. I freaking. Sometimes I wish this was a video show so they could just see your freaking smugness. just oh my goodness, I just want to strangle you sometimes.
Well,
No, he wants to cheat on her, taking care of his needs on the side so he can be the man she needs him to be. Like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Your wife made you feel like a tiny, tiny little weakling because you are.
His
Because
ugly
you
wife.
are. Because she is tougher than you. She took a rock to the face for you, and you are a piece of shit who doesn't deserve to live.
How long have they been married?
3 years. They've been together 6 years.
Well, like, I mean, 6 years they've been together. Like, at least on a car doesn't last that long, you know? So it's just move on.
Should leave her.
Yeah.
Because she deserves better than this. He should leave her.
Whatever you want to tell yourself. Either way, I hope he gets out there, finds a new gal to get hit in the face with a rock, get
I
her
hate this
pregnant.
man.
Just get
I
her
hate this
pregnant
man.
too. Just start leaving your seed around, run around town, Koreatown.
Go do whatever you want. And then, you know what? The next time, what a stupid person. A guy is attacking him and screaming at him. He literally assaulted him. Like, kicking food out of your hand is like basically assault, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like,
yeah.
it's not like I wouldn't consider it assault, but I think legally it's pretty much. Like, you
it's-
can't even like spit at someone or push someone. Like, you cannot do things like that legally.
It's
Like, if they want to
something illegal. I don't think they let
Anyway,
you do
you-
that. Otherwise, I mean, people just be going around snatching sandwiches
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
just smacking people's food out of their hands all over the place. I mean, I would. I just, Psh, you're Korean? Yeah, you got some bimbop over there? Psh. Okay.
I just can't imagine that something like
I
you're
was
sitting
actually
in
the
the
man at the park.
park. Well, yeah.
No, but he turned his back and he called the police. He wasn't even thinking about defending his wife or himself. Why would you turn your back?
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly a schizophrenic, violent man, so
It's just insane.
it's pretty funny. I don't know. I
Anyway.
mean, she's got to get her face fixed. Just wait till after she has a kid and then be like, listen here, fix your face.
Yeah, she does need to get her face fixed. That's true. Just honestly, it's just I
Give her-
would get my face fixed.
You should get your face fixed.
I need Botox. No, I'm just
Every
kidding.
woman needs Botox.
I'm starting to think that maybe I was wrong about Botox originally, and that maybe eventually, because there's a line, right? There's a line on my forehead that's
Yeah.
forming.
You know what's
Very
really funny?
upsetting.
If you do it incorrectly, though, there's a very slim chance you could get into like the wrong thing, and then you just like go blind or paralyzed.
Oh,
Yeah, so
well,
that
it's probably
can
worth
happen.
it.
Yeah, I mean, usually it
With-
goes fine.
With my luck, that would happen. They botched other surgeries I had. Like, every surgery I've ever had, some way was wrong in a minor way that wasn't like debilitating. It didn't like totally defeat the purpose, but like should have been better than this kind of thing. I don't want to give details because there's like records for surgeries and stuff, you know. But
I
like,
don't think they're public. I don't think people can
No,
just go
not
look
public
at your
records,
fucking
no.
medical records.
I was in an article. It doesn't matter.
Ah, okay. The world's first transgender woman.
With a uterus transplant.
Yeah.
I've had 3 children. I'm not trans. Please, nobody believe that. I'm not actually trans.
Yet.
Bryden, on the other hand,
Oh, everybody knows that.
he's a
I was
male to
a
female.
I was a butch lesbian for many
Mhm.
years, and you know,
That's why we get along so well.
this is yeah.
Okay, we're out of time for today, everyone. But you can go to patreon.com/here to help podcast right now and subscribe for $1 to hear the bonus episode that will be released on Monday. You can reach us on Twitter at OctoAbby and at One and Only Bryden. Get in touch with me to join our Discord server, and also get in touch with me to send us your 1 minute max voice clips. 1 minute. That's the rule.
One person.
Bryden, do you
will
have any
that.
plugs? Yeah, maybe.
No.
No plugs. Okay. Thank you
I'm
for
gonna be
listening.
drunk next week, though. I know that shit. That's gonna be great, and I'm gonna drive near in school zones.
Drive. On his phone.
Yeah,
On his phone too.
be tweeting the N word.
At 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, Thank you for listening, everyone, and have a great week secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are the only ones you can trust are here to help.